Short and long questions for the poem, My Mother at 66, by Camilla Das. Short questions. 1. Why does the poet feel her mother's pain? Points. The poet is deeply connected to her mother. She senses her mother's physical frailty and emotional vulnerability. The realization of her mother's impending mortality evokes a sense of pain. 2. How does the poet describe the world outside the car? Points. Vibrant and full of life, young trees sprinting, children playing. Contrast to the aging and frailty of her mother. Highlights the disparity between life's different stages. 3. What does the poet mean by familiar ache? Points. A recurring feeling of pain and anxiety about her mother's aging. Reflects the poet's deep emotional bond and fear of loss. The inevitability of death that has always been present in her mind. 4. Why did the poet look outside the car? Points. To distract herself from the painful thoughts of her mother's aging. The outside world offers a stark contrast to her inner turmoil. A means to escape the reality of her mother's declining health. Long questions. 1. Discuss the use of imagery in the poem, My Mother at 66. Points. Vivid imagery of the mother's face compared to a late winter's moon, pale, fading, and cold. The contrast between the lively, energetic world outside the car, trees sprinting, children playing, and the mother's frailty. Use of metaphors like ashen like that of a corpse, to evoke the inevitability of death. The shifting scenery reflects the poet's fluctuating emotions. 2. How does Camilla Das portray the theme of fear and insecurity in the poem? Points. The poet's fear of losing her mother is evident in her observations. The familiar ache represents ongoing anxiety and emotional distress. The poet's attempt to reassure herself by looking at the vibrant life outside. The paradox of life and death coexisting, with the poet caught between love for her mother and the fear of her mortality. 3. Analyze the relationship between the poet and her mother as depicted in the poem. Points. Deep emotional bond between the poet and her mother. The poet's acute awareness of her mother's aging and impending death. The conflict between the poet's desire to care for her mother and her inability to halt the natural process of aging. The use of the parting words, see you soon, Amma, to mask her true feelings of fear and sadness, indicating the poet's attempt to maintain normalcy. 4. How does the poem reflect the theme of separation and loss? Points. The poem is imbued with the poet's realization of the inevitable separation from her mother due to aging. The use of imagery, e.g., late winter's moon, ashen like that of a corpse, to symbolize the approach of death. The contrast between the bustling life outside and the somber mood inside the car emphasizes the sense of impending loss. The poet's parting words and smile are acts of denial, masking the pain of separation. These questions and answers focus on key aspects of the poem, such as imagery, themes of aging, fear, and the mother-daughter relationship, providing a deeper understanding of the text.